Well, union taught me how to learn and to work with people. So, as I have found throughout my professional career, almost everything you need for your work in my case, research and teaching, you have to learn by yourself. And it's the process of learning how to find credible sources, how to develop relationships with people who can teach you something new, how to communicate that to students in your class or in a paper that's written about in research or in a lecture, are all things that union prepared me for. Not only in my science and math, but in my philosophy, in my religion classes, in my language classes. It gave me a context of wanting to learn and how to relate things. Because science, for example, which is where I've spent my whole career, is not a castle unto itself. It's a cultural endeavor. It relates to the arts and the languages and to business and to society in general in very important ways. And if you appreciate that, it'll make you a better scientist and it'll make you a better human being. And union taught me some of that.
That's okay.
But the important thing to think about, and I keep telling students this that I meet in Kentucky, I wanted to leave home. I wanted to be in an environment where other people would shape my thinking and have influence on me. So being a resident, full-time resident at Union in this community with the professors and my fellow students was the type of environment that I needed to grow and to change. And I think it's a much more meaningful environment than living at home, going to college during the day, not being immersed in that learning and not having direct contact with your professor.
Right.
I knew all my professors. If I wanted to talk to them, I could talk to them. And in many cases I did, made great friends with them, spent hours with them. And union can do that and still can do that for students. And it's part of that community of learning that's important to students. I see union now offering a whole host of different ways of relating to the community and to the world, a large number of majors. So it's changed. The buildings have changed. There's a lot of new buildings here that weren't here when I was here. The Student Center was built while we were here as students. So union and this whole part of the world has changed. But at its core, it remains a small, reasonably small, diverse group of people who learn together. And the faculty are interested in students, are committed to students, and the administration is, and the whole place. And at its core, it hasn't changed. Good places don't. They keep their principles. They change with the time, but they keep their principles. And it was very clear to me that cancer is a disease of genes. And genes were being turned on and turned off differently in the cancer cell than in the normal cell. And I thought it was a very important thing to understand the structure of a gene in the cancer cell as well as in the normal cell. So I started working with that as a sort of an objective along with other things I was doing. And when I went to MIT in 1974, I established part of my research lab at MIT working on this problem of let's see what a real gene looks like in human cells. And when we did that, 3 years later, in 77, we discovered this split gene structure where the genes in human cells come in pieces that are spliced or edited together. And the whole scientific community didn't anticipate that discovery or that structure. It was a stunning discovery. Every scientist on the face of the earth within 2 months knew about the discovery. It was unbelievable. change in the way we thought about human molecular biology. And it's turned out to be a fascinating line of research, which I have followed up on over the last 30 years since that discovery. And it's told us a lot about how cancer occurs. And we've got a whole new set of drug agents that will control, sometimes cure cancer. And we're still extending that whole body of work in understanding the genetic basis of other diseases, all the way from schizophrenia to cancer and to just almost any disease now. So it was a striking discovery in '77. So I've been involved in cancer research since I became a professor at MIT in 1974. So that's 40 years. I developed my career in the Center for Cancer Research, and then I became director of that, and then I've contributed to cancer research and led many committees and things about cancer research. About 5 years ago, I was at a meeting of the American Association of Cancer Research, the largest membership meeting in society in the world. And a number of women from Hollywood had gotten together and created Stand Up to Cancer. And Stand Up to Cancer is an organization. They were raising money through telethons every other year to support cancer research with the specific objective of making cancer research more collaborative. So we have really great strength in cancer research in this country, and we do collaborate, but there is a tendency to collaborate within your own institution. But between institutions, collaboration was not as strong as it could have been or should have been. And so they raised about $100 million. And they asked me to chair the committee who selected who would get this money to do cancer research. And we selected a group of dream teams where we required scientists to be at 5 different institutions around the country to collaborate, to draw collaborations together. And that's turned out to be incredibly productive. We've got breakthroughs and real insights in science, and it's promoted collaborations across the country, and collaborations between scientists and collaborations between agencies that support cancer research, between the American Cancer Society and Stand Up to Cancer, between the Susan B. Komen, between the Lustgarten on pancreatic cancer, and St. Bartholomew in pediatric cancer. So it's been a collaborative effort, and we are making some real progress there. We're collaborating internationally now. So we have Stand Up to Cancer dream teams in Canada. We have them in Holland. We have them in England. And so this whole effort of bringing people together to collaborate is cancer is a worldwide problem. It's a problem in every part of the world, and we can make more progress if we exchange information and encourage everyone to be at the forefront of what's important. No, I wish everyone here great luck. I think moving beyond union requires, as it does in any place, people to step forward, believe in themselves, take risks, and believe that you can make a difference in the world. And that's without that, you can't make a difference. Start there and do it.
And I want to say on behalf of the students of Union College Now, thank you for all that you've done and all the support you've given the union in making what we do possible, and B, for being such a great example for all of us and someone that we can all look up to. Thank you
Well,
for that.
I'm just another Joe. But thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, it's been great, it's been a
Thank
pleasure
you.
for talking to you today.
Thank you.
I'm Michael Davenport, report. Every time this happens. I'm Michael Davenport reporting for UTV. Thank you.